Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. Thanks to all my subscribers and supporters for helping Slash Bash grow. We have almost reached 1,000 subscribers, which is super exciting. If you haven't subscribed yet and want to be one of the first 1,000, you better move quick. In our first story, A Choosing Beggar is trying to coerce an artist into illustrating her comic book series for free. Let's jump right in. Heyo, first time poster for this subreddit. Sorry about my spelling and formatting. English is my first language and I'm not on mobile. I'm just bad at typing sometimes. So on to the story. The cast is A Choosing Beggar and me, an anime nerd who spends more time drawing than they should. So for some background info, I'm a female who loves to draw as a hobby. Keep in mind, I've been drawing seriously for about 3 years now, and I'm at a basic art level, nothing super fancy. I sometimes post my art online as well. This particular time I posted fan art I did for an anime I like on an online community. It was a small community, so the drawing got featured, which is how the Choosing Beggar of this story found me. They messaged me saying that they loved my art and wanted to know if I was up to take a special offer they have. I asked what it was, and they said that they were working on a big project where they were writing a story, and they were looking for someone to illustrate the whole thing for free. This is a summarization of the conversation. It won't be exactly word to word how it went, since this happened a while ago, but I'll try to make it as exact as I can remember. Hi, I really like your art. Oh, thank you. I was wondering if I could ask you something. Yeah, sure. What is it? Well, I've been working on a huge project lately involving a story I'm writing. I've been searching for people to illustrate it for me. Only problem is I don't have any money to pay them. Your art looks nice, so I was wondering if you'd do it for me. A side note, let me just mention that they started off by saying they would commission me. Then shortly after they explained what they wanted, changed and was like, "Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. I actually don't have any money to pay you. Whoops." Wow, I'm honored you like my art enough to want me to illustrate your comic book series, and that sounds like an interesting idea, but I don't think I can do that. I promise it'll be great, and you get to draw all my fun characters. Plus, I'll credit you since I plan to post it to YouTube and have my friends voice over it. That way you'll get more followers. Ah yes, paying an exposure is so much more beneficial to me than actual money. I don't doubt your story is great, but illustrating a comic isn't easy, especially for me since that's not really what I'm good at. I basically began to ask them questions about what exactly they wanted in case I had advice on who they could go to instead of me. Turns out, this comic book series would be many books long, like a couple dozen at least. And they not only wanted me to illustrate it like any other comic book, oh no, they wanted every single panel to be fully colored and shaded, and they wanted it to be drawn at a professional art level like other mangas you would read, like My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan. In case you don't know, a manga is a Japanese comic book. They even gave me examples of what they wanted, and they straight up sent me images of comic pages from professionally illustrated manga, which I wasn't capable of doing, since I'm close to being a beginner artist. They also mentioned this story was an original idea, but it took place in the same world as the anime I drew fan art from, and almost all the characters belonged to that anime, not them. So this is a fan comic, you're saying? No, not at all. It's completely original, and I thought of everything myself. I'm just using characters from this anime. It may have a few of your original characters in it, but if it has characters from a pre-existing franchise and takes place in the same world, it's still considered a fan comic. No, I promise you, it's completely original. So, are you up for it? Sorry, I just simply don't have that kind of time or motivation. Even if you were paying me, I'd still turn you down. That's just simply too much work for me to handle. Plus, I'm not at a professional illustrating level yet, and won't be for a while. I can barely draw basic backgrounds. but I promise you'll love the story, and we'll have a blast drawing for it, and I'll allow you to take breaks if you want. They just can't be too long, and you have to continue when I want you to. I'm sorry, I just can't. If you want to find someone to illustrate it with all the requirements you want, you're going to have to commission a professional, and trust me when I say you'll have to pay a lot of money to commission all that. I'm willing to draw you a sketch though if you want, just so you can see what the characters would look like in my style. Alright. They then tell me which characters they want me to draw. I'm sorry, I don't know what they look like. Could you send me a reference picture of them? How do you not know who they are? They're super popular in the manga. I'm sorry, but I haven't gotten to that part of the story yet. They sent me reference pictures of the characters and explained that they want a few changes done to their appearances. I draw them a simple sketch of the two characters and send it to them. They proceed to complain about everything. That's it? The eyes are way too big, and you really need to work on your anatomy. If you're going to illustrate my story, I need some improvement on your skills. I'm sorry, but like I said, I'm not at the skill level you want. Also, I gave you something for free, please, just take it. I can't illustrate your comic book, but I'm willing to sketch you stuff. Alright, I'll request more art from you. I didn't want to be rude, so I left it at that. Time skip a few days. Hey, I want you to draw me something. I didn't want to draw him anything, but I have a hard time saying no. Sure, what do you want? So I want you to draw a 7-panel comic page of my characters. Proceeds to detail every single panel. After they sent me a long detailed message of what they wanted, I realized that they were trying to trick me into drawing a portion of their comic and passing it off as a simple request. I'm sorry, dude, but I already told you I won't be illustrating your comic. I'll do a simple sketch, but nothing else. Okay. Proceeds to give me details on what he wants. It was something like 2 of the characters from the anime walking in the snow with one character on the other's shoulders, and a bunch of details in the background. I finished the drawing and sent it to them. Okay, here is the drawing. It's a simple sketch, and I couldn't put all the details in the background you wanted, since I didn't know how to draw that stuff, but I tried to add as much as I could. Sorry about that. They complain about everything again. Your anatomy is off, and the eyes are still too big. I wish there was more people in the background, and you got the design of the character's scarf wrong. I'm sorry, but you never detailed what you wanted the scarf to look like, so I did whatever I could think of. Also, please don't insult my art. I draw like that on purpose since it's my style. It's fine, whatever. I'm going to request you again. Sorry, but I'm closing requests. I have too much on my plate right now to draw for people for free. That's not fair. I need art for my story. It's a really good story and people would love to read it. But whatever, I could just request someone else who knows how to draw them better. Then do that. I haven't talked to this person since, and to this day I occasionally see them commenting on people's posts, asking them to illustrate their comic book series. So that was my first ever experience with a Choosing Beggar. I have to congratulate the OP for surviving her first Choosing Beggar experience. It got a bit messy here and there, but she did stand up for herself, which I appreciate. Also, she dodged a bullet because if she had accepted working with that person, it would have been an endless nightmare. So well done. Story 2 shows us a choosing beggar who is unhappy that NHS workers are being given a 10% discount. What COVID virus? What danger? Trying to understand why on earth Morrisons are offering 10% off shopping for all NHS workers. They're working full time. They can afford their shopping. What about everyone that's taken a 20% wage cut on furlough? What about business owners who still have to pay their staff with no money coming in, unsure when their money is going to be paid back? And that's if they have the funds there to pay their staff. What about my brother and my dad who are the same as the NHS, still having to go to work full time? They don't get 10% off their shopping. Before everyone goes mad, I fully appreciate what the NHS are going through right now, but I really can't understand why they are to get 10% off their shopping, and I'm not joking, it's bonkers. It seems to me if you can't understand why people are looking for ways to show their appreciation to hospital workers, like giving them 10% off their groceries, then you don't fully appreciate what they are going through. Story 3 shows us a choosing beggar who is using the COVID pandemic as an excuse to hire people without a salary. When you interview a candidate, you have to test the waters with them. COVID-19 gave me the perfect way of doing that. Prospective employees who are in it for the company and positive work experience will understand and be fine with it when I say, due to the economic uncertainty as a result of COVID-19, salary will be determined and given out once the pandemic is over and once we start making company revenue. Ultimately, it's good to know up front who's interested in the company because it's the company and who's in it only for the money. Those who are in it because it's the company and work experience are in it for the future. I can see them being a potential long-term employee. That's the type of employee I need and want to afford a salary for. Candidates who are extremely work experience driven and not solely money driven. If they say, yes, that's fine, they get hired and will of course get a salary in the future. If they say, no, I don't agree to this, it means they are not the right candidate for me because they are not work experience driven and instead are solely money driven. Hashtag CEO life. This guy actually really got my blood boiling. To have the nerve to think that anybody who wants to have a salary is only in it for the money is ridiculous. If anything, this is a good reason for people to find out that it's a company that you do not want to work for, that they want to rip off their employees. In our final story, a choosing beggar is using the current crisis to get deals. Hi, is this still available? Yes. What's the lowest you'll take? $800. Have you used the graphic card for mining? Nah, I built the rig after the mining rush. Okay. Can you include a screen, keyboard, and mouse? No, I'm keeping those. How about $600 since I have to buy everything to make it work? Hello? That's way lower than I want to go. Might have to think on that. Please, it's for my son who can't go to school right now. He's bored at home and I'm tight on money since I've been out of work because of the coronavirus. Can you take Cash App or Venmo? Hello? Hello? I can't go that low, sorry. I already told my son he could have it. I'll give you $650 if you throw in the screen. You can drop it off tomorrow. Absolutely not. My monitor was $400. I don't think you understand the price of these components. There's $200 in LED lights in this build. I don't need the lights. You can keep those and drop off the PC and the screen tomorrow. $400 is too much for a used screen anyway. Most you will get is $150, so I'm actually doing you a favor by taking it off your hands. We're done here. No. You can drop off and I'll Venmo the cash after. I'm social distancing, so I prefer not to meet in person. Hello? I said no. Flip you. You probably used it for mining anyway. You look like a nerdy loser. My son will have to play outside now and will likely die from coronavirus. Does that make you happy? You're basically killing a kid because you're so greedy. Not everything is about money. OMG. Although this person is clearly horrible to deal with, I bet she gets some real deals using these techniques. Most people who come into contact with her probably hate her, but I'm guessing that that's not a priority for this lady. This has been John from /bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want more of them, then please hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.